Good morning. It's 9 o'clock. It's a Sunday, so it's time for a Sunday thought. This weekend is Canada's Thanksgiving weekend, a time when we stop and give thanks. Give thanks to family, give thanks to friends, give thanks to circumstances that you have or haven't. Even though this weekend is classified that, and a lot of families gather together today or tomorrow, because tomorrow is also a holiday, for food together and to enjoy. Fall is actually here. It's cool outside. It's not nice to be outside, so it's more like you're learning to come back inside. But I wanted to talk about the power of thanks. Very often we forget that little word, thank you. We forget to say it to people who serve us in stores. We forget to say it to maybe friends who we see because we just take it for granted. There's a lot of things that we just take for granted very often and forget the thankfulness that needs to go along with that. The, Actually, as I call it, the power of the thank you. Because when you say thank you, you're actually giving power to that circumstance. You're giving it energy. So the energy is going out and you're creating. And there are many things that we need to be thankful for. We need to be thankful for our health. We need to be thankful for the food that we have. We need to be thankful for our shelter. There are so many things that we take for granted in our lives that we expect it just to be, what would you say, there, like, well, that's how it is. But many things are changing in our world right now. Many things are happening. There's a lot of people that don't have a home. There's a lot of people that are living from hand to mouth, not knowing how they're going to do that. Often with a smile still on their face because they have little ones they have to take care of or other things. So how do we work with the power of the thank you? How do we do that? Do we get up every morning and give thanks for what we have? Or do we go to bed at night and give thanks for what we have? And do we give thanks for those things that we don't have yet, wanting them to come into our lives? Often I have needed to do that in my life. And friends of mine actually find that they need to do that because there's something more that they want that they don't have. To acknowledge the thankfulness, to acknowledge that you are grateful. Thankfulness and gratefulness, just think of that for a moment. There's two different words, but they have a similar component. Sometimes we're more grateful than we are thankful. But how does gratefulness come into it? Because it adds a component within our hearts. Thank you. Saying thank you, being thank you often is a head thing. But gratefulness comes from your heart. To be grateful for your family, to be grateful for your friends, to be grateful to have time together. I know that my friends and I are having a dinner one of our friends are putting on tomorrow, not today, but tomorrow. And it's like, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful because I'm not going to be cooking a big meal, which I can't do at the moment anyway. But it's like the gratefulness of where people come from. So let's think of thankfulness and let's think of gratitude. There's so many things to be grateful for. I was thinking this morning when I was thinking about talking, sometimes it helps to write down a list. You can do it mentally, but to actually take a piece of paper and begin to write down things that you're thankful for in your life. Some people have a job they don't really like, but it gives them the dollars or whatever it is to be able to feed themselves. So are they thankful for the job? Or are they thankful for the food that they get to eat? Every person is different. The majority of jobs I did in my life, I enjoyed them, especially when I was in command of my jobs. It makes such a difference. But it's, again, thankfulness for that, giving thanks for that, not just presuming that what you want is going to be there. And I found that was a perhaps a hole, or something you fall into a hole. That was kind of a hole. Maybe I fell into it one time, taking things for granted because they'd always been there. And then one day things changed. And when things change, there's adjustments that need to be made. And also still to carry on being thankful for what you do have. And being grateful that you perhaps had an experience that you no longer have, but you can be grateful for having that because it added to the dimension of who you are. Life is continual, day by day. You wake up every morning, it's a new day. I used to always wake up and give thanks, acknowledge the day and give thanks for the day, for whatever the day was going to bring me, because it was always exciting. And today in my life, things are a little bit more routine. But at the same point, I sometimes forget to say that, to welcome the day, to welcome that isn't. Now in the summer, it's easy because I just love the summertime where it's warm and hot and the sun's already up. But it's like giving thanks for that day, for the day that's coming. And at nighttime, going to bed, I used to always give thanks for something that I enjoyed or something that I experienced, something that went on, and I felt really, really good about it. So I really recommend, if you can, take time to write down what you are actually thankful for and make another little list of what you're grateful for. And notice the difference. Notice the difference. Because to be grateful, whether it's for a friend or for a family member, for a situation that you have, notice the difference between thankfulness and gratitude. If the two can come together, that's wonderful. Because you not only have the mind giving the thanks, but you also have the gratitude coming from your heart to be grateful for what it is that you're about to receive, say. I know, I think it's next weekend, maybe a little week. I can't remember when the American Thanksgiving is happening, but they also have lots of football games. I'm not sure if we have football games. I was watching a soccer game early this morning from England because I follow a team over there. But it's, those are the things that I'm grateful for because it keeps me involved into the outside world a little more than what may be happening at this moment of time. Anyway, that's enough for me to sort of look at gratefulness, Thanksgiving, good food. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to that food. Even if I don't eat a lot right now, it's still going to be very, very favorable, like having flavor, like lots of flavor. And also, I'm very grateful for the people who are cooking it and putting it together. I want you to have the best Thanksgiving weekend that you can have. I want you to really take a look at what you have to be thankful for, but also what you have to be grateful for. And with that, I want to say blessings to each and every one of you. It's Sunday. Day will go on. And I also will be back tomorrow night, Monday, with mental mind treatment. It's going to be a little bit I might be a little bit late because I have to travel to a friend's for dinner and then we get back. And so anyway, I'll be here coming at some point, hopefully right on time, 7:00. Talk to you again, and we'll see you again also on Wednesday. Bye now.